okay. I mean, first of all, show business, especially acting, very tough on females as they age.
Sure.
We just know that.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be iconic
Yeah.
to be working in your 60s like Meryl Streep.
Right.
Because, especially if you're the leading lady, I mean,
Right.
they have no problem pairing a 60-year-old guy with a 35-year-old woman.
Right.
That's just the way it is in movies, or at least it has been. So as you get into those upper ages, those parts are not going to be there. And look, that's partly what the audience wants. I mean, you can hate the studios for doing that, but studios are always just reflecting what the audience wants, including the women in the audience.
Yeah. You know what's fascinating? The one group that absolutely gets discriminated in Hollywood is gay men. Gay men never play straight men in blockbuster movies. Openly gay men are never like the romantic interest in a blockbuster movie. You can have an openly gay woman and no one cares.
Like who?
Oh, you could have one. I don't think it would be a problem.
Well, name somebody. Like, who's an openly gay woman?
Who is one?
Well, Kristen Stewart is now an openly gay woman.
Oh, she is?
Kristen Stewart?
I didn't know she was. The girl from Twilight?
Yeah.
I didn't know she was openly gay. I mean,
Hello?
I'm out of the loop. No, but she used to date that other guy. She used to date Robert Pattinson. I didn't know that she was gay now.
That was 10 years ago.
I don't follow her romantic career. You're acting like I'm not paying attention to who the president is.
I'm offended, Joe. No, I mean, she's first of all, she just definitely is. I mean, you see pictures of her. You could tell that she's walking that side of the street now. She openly announced it on Saturday Night Live.
I don't watch that show.
Yeah, I don't either. But I know she did, and of course it was met with thunderous applause, which should tell you something about the hypocrisy of how brave it is to come out.
Well, if she wanted to play a leading woman, nobody would have a problem with that.
No, but I just parenthetically, brave, by the way, is when you say something and people boo.
Or they want to kill you.
Yes.
Right. Julian Assange is brave.
Right. When people cheer raucously, that's somewhat less than brave.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess it does take some courage to come out. But, as I always say, let's live in the year we're living in. And in the year we're living in, it's like sometimes it's preferable to come out as gay.
Yeah.
So, but nowadays, could a gay man be the romantic lead? I think there are actors who are gay and are still not out for that very reason.
For sure.
I'm not going to name names.
Yeah.
But
we don't have to.
No, we don't have to. But I mean,
yeah, they exist. And it's a career move for them. They have to kind of keep it under wraps.
Right.
Yeah. It's
we're selling fantasy, especially in a romantic setting, in a romantic movie.
I have had multiple people on this podcast that do not believe that gay is just something you're born with. They believe that it's a choice. I've had conversations with people where you're like, have you met Richard Simmons? Like are you crazy? You think that's a fucking choice? Like, the idea that I had one guy who he compared it to murder. Like, you might want to kill someone, but you don't do it because it's a sin. I was like, well, but imagine if you were just like rabidly attracted to women and culturally things were reversed. And for some reason, like, women caused reproduction and you don't want more people because we're overpopulated, and gay is the only morally right way to pursue sexual activity. Right. Imagine how horrible that would be. It would suck.
Well, see, this is why it's so odd to me that gay and trans have wound up in the same grouping, LGBTQ. Excuse me, I'm sorry, hate crime, I don't remember all.
I think there's a 2 and an A in there, and a plus.
Okay. What I was saying was, it's odd to me that they group them together because in a fundamental way, trans and gay are almost exact opposites, because gay is all about, I was born this way.
Right.
And trans is, the way I'm born, fuck that.
Yeah.
Jump ball.
Right.
Let's change that.
Yeah.
And that to me seems to be fundamentally different.
Well, what
And at
scares me
odds.
about it is what they're doing to children. You know, and I know you had
Yes.
that fucking joke on your show about break out the dick saw. I remember you said that. I was like, Jesus, Bill, you just went hard. But I'm so glad you're doing that because there's no one else on late night television that's ever gonna fucking do that other than you.
Oh yeah,
but it's terrifying that they're calling it gender affirming care when it's really childhood mutilation. Before you have the ability to figure out what permanent means, you're fucking 7 years old. You can't get your face tattooed.
No.
You can't go to war. You can't get married. There's reasons for all that stuff. You're too young. And this idea that you should be able to make life-changing choices like hormone blockers,
Right.
which are not reversible, no matter what the fuck they say. They say it's reversible. No, the changes happen to your body during puberty, and if you stop those changes, that change is you can't reverse that. You're going to have a micropenis. You're taking estrogen while your body's developing. You're blocking your testosterone. If you're doing all that stuff, it's going to have an effect on your body. Now, if you're happy with that effect and you don't care, okay, but how many people aren't, and how many people are young, and how many detransitioners are there who have horrible stories? And you're a monster and a bigot if you even bring that up, which is fucking insane.
No, I couldn't agree more. They're so cavalier about the medical repercussions.
Right.
Now, as with all of these things, if this country wasn't so ridiculously polarized, we could come up with some reasonable view on it, which is trans a real thing? Of course. Are some people born in a body that, for lack of a better term, you're born in the wrong body, or your sexuality doesn't match what's in your mind gender-wise? It does happen. And some of it is trendy. Some of it is just a TikTok challenge that got out of hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but kind of.
Okay.
It's a social contagion.
But even if I was, now this is just me, but I'm allowed my opinion. If I was 100 billion% convinced I was born in the wrong body, I still wouldn't do anything to my body because medical considerations come first. The idea that you can just take some sort of puberty blockers or just snap on, snap off organs without really hurting myself medically and taking years off my life is ridiculous. And so I would somehow make it work with the equipment I was born with, because we're just not that advanced medically to make it work and still be healthy.
Yeah, but